Hi, I'm Shivali.
And I'm Carrie.
And welcome back to Project Expansion, where we show you how to take your Amazon listings and get them up and running on other e-commerce platforms.
You can follow along with us over the course of the next few videos as we take a couple of hemp products that are currently selling on Amazon and we're going to set them up for success on the Walmart marketplace.
Now, in the last video, we talked about listing copy and how to craft it. This is a little bit different from your usual process for Amazon simply because you already have listings built. Now, in this video, we're going to show you how to take that listing copy and get it uploaded to Walmart. This will be a single file upload, but if you're interested in bulk flat file uploads, then be sure to check out Freedom Ticket, which is exclusive for Helium 10 members. It'll be located inside of your Helium 10 dashboard.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And so this is what it looks like on, just your dashboard in Walmart Seller Center. And I've already clicked on items. So on the left-hand side, you're going to see items, and going up to the right, it says add items or update items in bulk. Now I'm just going to add a single item like Shivali mentioned, but if you do want to update your items in bulk, you can actually use this drop down and you can do an update. You can either upload some items or you can convert some items to WFS. If you, like she mentioned, you want some more information, details on how to do that, we do have that in our Freedom Ticket course. So let's go ahead and add an item here. So once you click on add items, what we're going to do is, because this is our product, we're going to go ahead and click on create new item, and this new page will come up. And what we're going to do is we're going to select the identifier, and I would recommend that you have all this information all ready to go. Your UPC, your SKU, your listing copy, the dimensions and weight of your product as well, so you can fill all of that information in very easily and quickly. So I'm just going to paste that UPC and press enter. And basically it'll tell you if it's a valid UPC or not. So now that it says new, we know that we can go into the next step. If it doesn't show that, it'll say, invalid code or something like that, and you'll have to go ahead and fix that. We want to do Walmart fulfilled. Even if you're not planning on doing Walmart fulfilled right away, I would just suggest setting up everything as Walmart fulfilled so that you don't have to go back and convert everything to a Walmart fulfilled listing when you do decide to utilize the Walmart fulfillment services. Okay, so category. Now, there's a lot of different categories to choose from, but what we decided was the best category that we're going to start with is medicine and supplements. So we looked through all those categories, and that's the main thing that we found. So the next thing here is we need to copy and paste in the actual title here. So I'm going to go ahead and paste the title, and we've got that there. So the only thing that I might go back and take a look at is I have, back, knee, elbow, foot, nerve, and muscle pain. I might reconsider having that in there because it might be a little bit too stuffed because Walmart is really picky, but it seems like this, I really think this should be good for our actual listing. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it. Now for our SKU, I have our SKU already in a Word document over here, and I'm just going to copy it and paste it in here. And then site description, we wrote the site description. So let's see if we can get this site description all ready to go. If it's too long, it might let us know here. So we'll see what happens. So I'm going to paste it. Looks like it worked out just fine. The next one here is Prop 65 warning. Now, a lot of products, do have this, a lot of things that you put on your skin and things like that. But for this, we actually don't have any Prop 65 warnings. So we're going to go ahead and put none in there. And if you have further questions about, whatever it is you're supposed to put in there, they have examples here. So like this is the Prop 65 warning. Warning, this product contains chemicals known to the state of California to cause cancer and birth defects or other reproductive harm. Okay, so that could be like a potential that you would put there if you do have the Prop 65 warning required on your product. The label image contains. So if you want to know any more information, you can, click on this little information and then you can see the example. Okay, so it has, we have an ingredient list on there. So that is probably what I would choose. We also have a supplement facts list, but I would say ingredient list is probably the best one here. All of these listings are going to be a little bit different because they're in different categories. Okay, so you're not going to all see this particular thing. For example, for my personal products, I don't have this on mine. Okay, so for the label image, I do have an address on here for the image that we have on Amazon. Now it's not completely zoomed in. I would recommend having, a zoomed in image so that you can see the ingredients really well. We don't have that, but we're going to use what we have and see if that works. If not, we'll go ahead and adjust and we'll make some changes accordingly. So the next thing is in brand. The brand is In Motion. So it's In Motion is the brand. Manufacturer name is In Motion. Okay. And then the next thing is the key features. Now, the key features are those little bullets, and they're different than Amazon, like I mentioned in the previous video, because they're really only going to be 80 characters, and you can do between 3 to 13 of these. So I'm going to add these one by one, and the way that you do this is you can just really copy and paste them. So I am going to copy and paste, and I will put one in each one of these. So we've got the first one, and then I'm going to add another one by clicking that little add button, and another box pops up. Okay. So then I'm going to go to the next one, and I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to paste it.
Now, Carrie, while you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and ask you a question. And that is a question that I had when I first was going through this process for Walmart listings is why is it important to actually go through and individually input these bullet points as opposed to just putting all of them into one box and clicking that bullets icon that's on there?
Because it'll format this correctly if you do each one separately. When I've done it differently, it doesn't format the same way like when you just put in the bullets. That's why I do it. Each individual one has its own bullet there. And then usually what happens is when you're looking at your listing copy again, it'll show up all in one. That is something that you will see, but I always do this to make sure that it goes the right order that I want it to and in the format that I want it to.
Be sure to consider your selling points and then maybe prioritize the ones that really stand out or will really speak to your consumer and position them in that format when you are uploading these individually into the Walmart platform.
I only have about 3 more, so we're just going to keep adding them. Okay, so we've got that all done. And if you can see, we have quite a few of those, and we had those all written out. So they're all ready to go. And remember that description is already we put this in up here. So we've got our actual listing copy for the most part in this listing. And now I'm just going to keep scrolling down. So the MSRP, I always like to take a look at the Amazon, what we have it on there. We have the hemp roll-on for 29. Let's see, for the actual cream, it's $29.95. So we're going to keep it the same because like we mentioned before, you don't want to do a lower price on Walmart because then you'll get flagged on Amazon. They do check between the sites. You want to make sure that the price is the same. Count per pack is only 1 for this one. And then in terms of this next thing, it's, the minimum days of shelf life for the product. So this really depends on each product and if there's preservatives in them or not. Most things will be pretty shelf stable for a while. So I'm going to go ahead and put 180 days on here. It really is going to depend on your product. There's no flavor here. That is something that's going to be for food or, different kinds of medicines might have like a grape flavored. So I'm going to just skip that. Okay, so for the age group here, we're going to just click on adult and we're going to put senior on here. And you want to put as many of these kind of attributes as possible that are really relevant to your product so that people can filter for these results. So sometimes on the left-hand side of Walmart, there is a filtration and you can see it here. These, see it shows right here. So you could filter here for adults. So if you wanted a product that's just for adults, you can filter that there, or you can go and filter out for a product just for child. So a really good kind of hint here is to take a look at the options that are available on the left-hand side in these attributes, because when you're filling this out, you'll see them here and they're not always listed like that was just listed. So you will want to just see what are the options for the different attributes. So this example here is just the size, one size, but we do have a size in terms of the ounces. It's 2.5 ounces. So I'm going to go ahead and put 2.5 ounces. Color, there's no color. For health concerns, I'm going to go ahead and just go and look at what there are on here for that other people have listed and that people can filter for. So back pain, it works for back pain, body aches and pains. So we can add those two. Arthritis would be another one. Do you see any others?
Joint.
Bone and joint.
Bone and joint.
I think those are the main ones on there. And now we can add some more in there if we want to, because maybe put in different keywords. There might be different listed pain health concerns. So we can just put in what we think, as many as we can, and you can do more than one attribute. So I've got back pain, knee pain, elbow pain, body aches and pains, arthritis, inflammation. Neuropathy.
Neuropathy is not one of them, but if we remember when we were looking at the competitors list for category paths, that was one of the things that was listed. And so I think it's a good idea just to go ahead and throw that in. And of course, you can always edit this in post as well.
Yeah. Neuropathy. We also didn't mention shoulder pain, because that would be one. Foot pain, nerve pain. Okay, I'm going to go back and let's just look really quickly to see if we can see anything else that we might have missed. Flexibility and mobility, maybe?
Sure.
We'll put that in there too.
Menstrual cramps is a really good one.
So yeah, menstrual cramps, just pain relief in general.
Yes. Soreness, muscle soreness, perhaps.
Muscle soreness. Joint pain. Joint pain.
We have muscle soreness, not muscle pain.
Muscle pain. So when I first started doing this, I actually didn't realize that you can put more than one of these these attributes in there. And I always just say to put as many as are relevant, because you want to make sure to, be filtered out as much as possible. All right. Is it a controlled substance? No. Ingredient statement. So you're going to want to have these probably prepared as well if you do have something that has a lot of ingredients in it. But otherwise, you don't necessarily have to have the actual ingredients. Now, fabrics, obviously, you need to do percentages, and it depends on your product. So if there is something that you need to list, you probably want to list it. So I'm going to go ahead and list all of the ingredients that we have here. Go on to the next thing. Shipped in original packaging? No. So that means if, sometimes like TVs and things like that come in their original boxes, you can actually ship those boxes. This is not the case for our product.
All right, Carrie, I see that these next few attributes talk about drug facts and the instruction images, but then underneath that, you also have your active and inactive ingredients image and your supplement dosage. Now, all of these things for this particular listing on Amazon are listed under the same image. So in this case, would you be listing the same image address for all three attributes, or would you only do one of them?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and try to add the same image, because as you can see, the image that we used right here has it has the active ingredients, it has the inactive ingredients, it has the instructions, and all of that information on the same image. So that's what I'm going to be adding here. So it'll flag us if it's wrong. So we'll go ahead and try those to see how that works. Must ship alone? No, it doesn't have to ship alone. They can ship it with other products. Say they buy, a brush or something else. They can go ahead and buy it all, or put it all in the same box. Active ingredients. So this is where we're going to specify the active ingredients and ingredient names. So first one we have is menthol, and that one is actually 2%, right? Or 4%. Sorry, 4%. And then if I have another active ingredient, which I do, I can click this add button. I'm going to add this active ingredient, and it's 2%. So I'm going to take the 2 and I'm going to put the percentage in this box right here, and we should be good to go there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put in some of these inactive ingredients. I need to do them one by one. So we're going to go ahead and start this process right here. Okay, I have finished copying and pasting all of those inactive ingredients into the box there. So we've got that all taken care of. And then form is actually going to be a cream. So it's in the form of a cream for this one, and I'm just going to leave it at that. Instructions. So the instructions are actually written on the packaging. So I'm going to just copy that. Apply generously to affected area, massage painful area until thoroughly absorbed into skin. Repeat as necessary up to 3 times a day. So Shivali, can you read those to me as I...
Absolutely. So the first one is adults and children over 12 years apply generously to affected area, massage painful area until thoroughly absorbed into skin. Repeat as necessary up to 3 times daily.
The next thing is the external product identifier. And a lot of people ask me, should I actually put my ASIN in there? And I actually don't. It's not required. So I'm going to go ahead and skip that. And you can make that decision on your own, what you think you want to do. If you want them to see and read and compare easier your actual listing and your pricing, you can choose to do that or not. Dosage is the next section here. And just like in the instructions, it said use up to 3 times daily. I'm going to just repeat that. Use up to 3 times daily, because that's kind of pretty much the dosage. There's no really amount that they're saying. So that's what I'm going to put in there. Stop use indications. There are some stop use indications. Stop usage if the condition worsens, stop usage if redness is present, stop usage if irritation develops. There's a lot of different things that we added in there, and it was on our packaging as well. So we put the same exact wording and everything as we had on our packaging in that section where it says stop use indications. And you want to make sure to put all of those just to cover yourself. Anything that's written on the packaging, especially that you already know you need to include, you should include it into this back end of the listing. For medicine strength, we're going to leave that blank. We don't have the exact milligrams. National drug code, also going to leave that blank. And the next section is supplements. So it's going to ask about, just different percentages of vitamin A and different things like that you would ingest. Keep in mind that not everything that's included on this back end is something that you have to fill out, because some of it might not pertain to your products. So be okay with leaving things blank, and also be okay with adding in multiple attributes for some of the sections on there. I'm going to scroll down and see what the next one is. We don't need serving size or anything like that. And I'm going to keep scrolling. Body part. Okay, so we do have body parts. We can use it on our back, shoulder, leg,
Knee, ankle,
knee, ankle,
foot.
foot,
Do we have elbow on there?
elbow,
Cramps is pelvis, neck,
All right, and gender. I'm going to select
unisex.
unisex. Sometimes you can actually select more than one so that it filters for all of them. So I'm going to just put unisex though. So unisex is fine. So the next thing that I need to do here is we're going to put in the imagery and media. Now, this is pretty simple once you have your Amazon listing. So you basically, all you have to do is copy the URLs of these images and you can have them uploaded. So it's kind of an interesting thing that you can do, but you just put copy image address. And what you're going to do is you're going to hit add images, import images by URL. You can also upload them individually from your computer if you have them. But since I have these on our Amazon listing, I'm literally going to just add them from our Amazon listing here. It makes it really easy to do so.
And the same principle as what we talked about for the bullet points applies here. Whatever order that you want these images to appear in, be sure that you're chronologically going through and adding those image addresses.
Now you can, take a look at your competitors on Walmart and see if there might be a reason to do different images. So there might be something that's better for Walmart users, and you can kind of split test this. So I want to, encourage you to do that. So there might be some cases when you might want to utilize different images for Walmart, and that is okay. There are different customers on Walmart. So it might be something that you can look at other competitor listings to see if they have different images and you might want to change them. You could also do some split testing to see if there are images that might work better on Walmart. It's up to you what you want to do, but something to keep in mind that, usually people will copy and paste the same images over from Amazon because they're usually pretty good with infographics and all the best selling points in them. But some people are optimizing their images right in there for Walmart because there's a lot of competition right underneath you with ads on your listing. So it's a good idea to make sure that your images are where you're converting your customers. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and upload images. We're coming back to the images here after uploading them with the links. Now, it doesn't always work perfectly. What I think happened here is potentially we didn't get to upload a URL that maybe I uploaded in the listing already, and so it might be a little bit confused. So what I probably need to do is upload these directly from my computer and see if I can make sure to get those all uploaded. It does take a few times sometimes. On here, I've set this one as the primary. Now, if you wanted to set another one of these as a primary, you could set set this one as the primary if it was the actual product image, and you do that and it'll move it to the top. You can also reorder these by just putting what number place you want this one. So if you wanted this last, you can put it in fourth and so on. So that's how you can arrange the images. So we'll go back and fix those in a bit, but I want to go on to the offer. I already filled a lot of this in for us. The price is $29.95. You want to make sure to do that. There's no restriction type here, so I put none. And there's no state codes or zip codes for this product. Start date, I put tomorrow. And then the end date, I put in, 2050. So you can do it whenever you want in the future so that this listing will last a long time. Fulfillment and compliance. What you need to do is you need to put the country of origin. So wherever this particular product is made. The orderable G10. Now that is basically the UPC plus 2 zeros at the beginning, or an EAN plus 1 zero at the beginning. So you can make a G10 pretty easily that way. The depth, width, and height of the product package that you're shipping into Walmart. This is for Walmart fulfillment services. I put the depth, width, and height, and as well as the weight, which is 3.99 ounces actually. So I've just caught myself that I need to convert that to ounces. So I will be doing that right now. I realized I did not convert that, so I'm going to put in 0.25 pounds. And there are no electrical components, so you want to make sure to put that in there. Does not contain a battery. That is necessary. Wherever there's these little red stars, you need to make sure to fill them in. Contains chemical, aerosol, or pesticide? No. And the ounces of the content are 2.5 ounces. And I don't need to fill out the rest of this because I'm just shipping in these individual items and they're not in big packs. And once you see that you have all of these check marks checked, then you can go ahead and upload. It looks like I can go ahead and submit changes. So let's go ahead and submit changes. Yes, submit. Let us see how this turns out for us. Okay. So I've submitted the changes and it usually takes about 4 hours, sometimes longer, to upload these listings individually. I've seen that when I've done it with the flat file, it uploads it immediately almost. So that's really helpful with the flat file, but sometimes there can be quite a few issues. Just like on Amazon, you'll see a lot of different issues that pop up and you have to keep fixing them and re-uploading. So there are some challenges with the flat file uploads as well. But we're going to go ahead and wait some time and we'll see how the published items have published and make sure that everything is up the way it should be.
In the next video, watch us make sure that this listing is good to go, as well as talk about review syndication and rebates. Typically, when you're getting started on a new marketplace, you might be worried about the social proof. It takes a little bit of time to actually get those reviews in. But with Walmart, that's a little bit different, and you'll learn exactly why in the next video. So be sure to stay tuned. We'll see you there.